Hi and welcome back to MRTV. This is the beginning of Season 5. And as you can tell, it's very special because MRTV is not only me anymore, now it's Team MRTV. And I'm so happy to introduce to you the two new MRTV team members, Marco and William. Marco, how are you doing?
Hi, Sebastian. Hi, William. Thank you for this nice opening. I'm looking forward to this evening here, this show. And thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And William, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you, Sebastian, for the opening. Hi, Marco. And I'm, proud to hear you. And so looking forward.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, this is actually the second time that we try this because we had a little bit of internet trouble before, but now everything seems to work fine. So, what is today's show about? Well, we simply want to introduce the new team members to you because probably this is the first time that you meet Marco and William. And we thought, why not simply have this show where we simply talk about some topics so that people can get to know you better and can find out what you're all about. So we are going to keep this very relaxed and very casual and simply have a chat. What do you think about this, guys?
Nice. But Sebastian, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm really good. I'm very much looking forward for Season 5 to finally start. And I can't wait for us to bring great content to people and more content like before. And that's what I'm super stoked about, to have you on board. And I know you're going to, to deliver fantastic content here to the viewers of MRTV. But let's simply start. I've prepared a few questions. Let's simply get into it. And let's start with you, Marco. I mean, the questions are for both of you, but you can answer first now. My first question, we know each other from the German VR community. So, we have been talking in the German VR community before. And I would like to ask you, how did you get into that VR community? Have you done YouTube before, Marco?
Yes, thank you for this nice question. I get into the VR community, in the German VR community, because of you. You have.
Oh, really?
Yes,
great.
You have started the G2 hype train.
And,
yes, exactly. And I live here in Dortmund as well as you.
Same city.
And
exactly.
when I opened the window, I could hear the hype train of the G2 right from the city, from the MRTV headquarter. And yes, that was the start of my YouTube channel, New VR Tech, and my enthusiasm of VR in general. But my start of VR was with Half-Life Alyx, with the HTC Vive Cosmos, a very bad headset.
Oh,
actually.
The Cosmos.
Yes, very bad headset. But I've watched your videos afterwards. I've watched your videos after I start the rent of my Vive Cosmos.
Oh, you rented the Cosmos?
Yes,
yeah.
so I could give it back, no problem at all.
Good.
But that was the start, and yes, actually, you were the first one on YouTube related to VR, and that was with the G2 something. Yes, what was for me a start in the VR community in Germany.
Perfect.
So that was the year 2019, 18, or?
No, the start of Half-Life Alyx was in March 2020. It was I think the start of the Corona thing.
Corona party.
Yes, the Corona party. And the G2 was delivered here in the New VR Tech headquarter, and now a co-headquarter of MRTV as well. Exactly, in I think December 2020. And yes, this was the start of my YouTube channel as well. So yes.
Nice. And then I watched your YouTube channel, because I thought, like, wow, who is that guy who also makes content about the G2? And then I thought, like, wow, it's great content. And then we got to know each other. And everything since then is history. Really cool.
A lot of beer.
That's true. A lot of beer was drunk after that time. Okay, and now I would like to know about you, William. So we also met in the German VR community. Did you do some YouTube before?
Yeah, I do some YouTube videos before we met us. And if my memories are correct, I came into this community about your videos, Sebastian.
Also,
And
that's a
also your videos, yeah.
yes.
And you both know I made my own VR documentary in 2019 with my father about the moon landing of 1969. And for this, I need some information about VR headsets. And I searched it on YouTube, and I saw your channel, Sebastian. And
Cool.
yeah, now I'm here.
That is good. And now you're here in the team member. Wow, cool.
Yeah.
So you simply, guys, you only have to search YouTube for VR stuff, and then you will become team of MRTV. Very good. And yeah, okay. So very
That's the
cool.
way.
You have some work, VR related work. You do a VR exhibition in. You have like your own VR exhibition with your father. And what can people experience in that VR exhibition?
You can see a 25 minutes VR experience about the moon landing. So how it works, how they start from Earth to the moon. And yeah, you say there's a whole exhibition around them. And the highlight of this exhibition is the VR experience.
Okay, very cool, very cool. But you know what? I can also remember when we met us first. I think it was in VR in Rec Room for some reason. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I was doing something. I don't know. I probably teaching Chinese or Spanish, or I don't know. For some reason, I met online with some people, and you were there too. And you came up to me and said, "Yeah, I'm William," right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, we meet.
Sebastian.
The first time we talked to each other, it was in Rec Room. That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Yeah, right.
Was it a live stream, Sebastian?
Could be.
Because then we've met there too at the first time.
Really?
But you don't know it. Yeah.
You were there too.
Yes. I can maybe after the show we can check the video again.
Oh yeah, we have to.
And William as well. We've chatted
Sure.
together. Yes. And I think you start with your you did your start there with your teaching, your language teaching,
right?
But it was just a casual rec room chat which you have streamed. Yes.
Oh wow! So did you also say something, or did you just stand there and watch us?
I did.
Okay.
I was the first time live on YouTube. Yes.
Oh wow, that's so cool. Wow.
It was on your German channel. Yeah.
Wow.
On the German MRTV channel.
Okay, cool. Wow. So everything happened in the metaverse.
Yeah,
exactly.
But back to the question. Yeah, I did YouTube before we met us, and yeah, I make also videos about VR stuff, but also before I do make some stuff about video games, and yeah. So, but it was more than a hobby than actually.
I got it. But I must also say, like, very high quality stuff. I know you're very much into content creation. You do you do a very great German language podcast. Not just about VR, about mostly games, right? That you're talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I also love your content, and yeah, it's great to have you two here now on MRTV. All right. So now the second question: what was your first VR experience, and what fascinated you about it, William?
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's a long story. No, it's not. My first VR experience was the Everest VR experience. You know that?
No.
Everest. So you make
it's a mount.
Yeah, it's also like a documentary, and you go to the Mount Everest, and that was really cool because I would never have believed that the immersion could be so good in this time. It was 2016. And this 360 panorama view was simply fantastic.
Okay.
What
kind of headset was it? And
oh yeah.
Why did you have access to it in 2016?
The headset was the HTC Vive Classic.
Okay.
In 2016, in 2016, that was the Non Plus Ultra headset. So.
Right. That was the best.
At this time, it was the best headset.
Right. Okay, cool. And did you own it already, or were you at a friend's place, or how did it happen?
I was at a friend's place, and the best experience was for VR or beginning best experience was shortly after Everest VR. So that was my beginning. So, and after that, the friend of me shows me Vanishing Realms, and I'm a big fan of fantasy role-playing games. And
Okay.
yeah, Vanishing Realms is a fantasy role-playing game in VR.
Okay, makes sense.
And this game showed me for the first time how cool VR can be for gamers. And
Right.
yeah,
Next to all the
so
porn. Yeah.
yeah, quite a lot of things was very right there too. So a game is not only about graphics. So you
Yeah,
know,
right.
the bow and the arrow controls and the battle system was pretty good, and I love it.
Okay, yeah. It's great to really use the bow, right, instead of just
Yeah.
smashing a button. I totally agreed. Yeah, it's cool. Nice. So for you, it was the HTC Vive. And how about you, Marco? What was your first VR experience, and what fascinated you about it?
My first VR experience was with the PlayStation VR. I've bought it on Amazon, and I've connected to my PlayStation 4 Pro, and I was totally stunned how bad this was.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Because my problem was this. It was not very. I think I love the PlayStation VR. And
Oh, really?
For the age, it's a very good system.
Agreed.
But as a beginner, I did not know what I can do with the DualShock 4 without really.
Okay.
It was not a real VR system for me.
You didn't have the Move controllers.
Exactly, and I started the demo disc and the VR Worlds and something like that, and it was just a demo, like not for games but for the tech, I thought. So I've looked how expensive the PlayStation VR was, and I thought, no, I will return it. It would.
Really?
It's better. Yes, really.
Wow.
It was not a good experience, and I think that's a problem which some folks will have today, even today, because there's no one who helps at the start, at the beginning.
Other than
And,
MRTV, we're going
yes,
to help everyone.
now MRTV is there, and I know at the time I've tested it. I think it was like 2018 or 19. MRTV was there, but actually I didn't know it. Yes,
Yeah,
the G2 train was not here.
Yeah, right.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Exactly.
Exactly. So the first really good experience with PC VR, and for me, PC VR is the best experience. Not the best experience, but the most immersive experience. Let's say it like that. Was with Half-Life Alyx, of course. I'm a Half-Life fan, and I've heard that Half-Life Alyx will come out in March 2020. And I've bought a new gaming PC, or I built my own gaming PC, and then I started with Half-Life Alyx, and it was totally mind-blowing. Totally, no one could imagine what I've felt in VR in this minutes when I told them, oh, I've played the new Half-Life Alyx. Oh, nice! It does not look so good in flat when I see the videos. Yes, of course not, because you were not in VR when you have seen it, and therefore there was no going back to flat.
Right. That makes so much sense. Yeah, it was simply mind-blowing. Yeah, I can also quickly share my first experience. Probably people know that already, some of you. It was the Oculus DK2 that I ordered. And at that time, I was living in Taiwan, and I was like one of the first people to have it on the island. And I directly went into it, and I played Half-Life 2. I finished the whole game in VR. My mind was blown. I knew, okay, I have to do this as the job somehow, full time in the future. And yeah, now we're here. It's so good. I love this whole stuff. I'm still fascinated. It's already years ago now, but I still have the same fascination. William, what is your favorite thing to do in VR, other than obviously adult entertainment?
So, of course, gaming is my favorite thing to do
Of
in
course,
VR.
of course.
Of course, just gaming. And yeah, my best VR experience at all, besides adult stuff, is is Half-Life Alyx. I love that game. Everything was right in this game, and it's not good. It's not just good because it's only in VR. Because Half-Life Alyx is a good game too, not because it's in VR. It's on top. So, and I love it. The graphic was absolutely fantastic. The story was very cool, and also the handling with the controllers, and yeah, it was a very good experience. And beside of that, I really like also immersion content in VR, and it's not gaming as well. So I have
Entertainment.
Entertainment,
Yeah,
adult
it's
entertainment.
yeah, exactly.
No. So, for example, a good documentary or things like that, where you really in the stuff, and that's
yeah,
absolutely
I get it.
fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
adult stuff. You know what,
Yeah, right.
what
Well,
I
you're
mean.
really
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing.
of course. Yeah.
Okay, good, great. How about you,
What's
Marco?
your
Sebastian-
favorite adult stuff, Sebastian?
Yeah,
what?
Sebastian, we were not in Barcelona like you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I did some interesting documentary there, obviously.
Yes, like a real journalist.
That's what I do.
Yes.
Yeah, journalism. VR journalism. Yeah, Marco. So, how about your favorite things to do in virtual reality? What excites you? Other than
The favorite, no. The favorite things in VR are multiplayer games. I love
really?
it to be
Okay.
with the community in VR, and therefore I liked Zenith or Zenith in
Zenith,
English. Yes, in Germany we say Zenith because it's too strange to say Zenith. And the MMO is a really good game where we can meet each other, where we can help each other with quests or crafting things. And I like World of Warcraft as well, so this was a must-have game for me. And multiplayer games are my favorite thing. But I love sim games as well.
Oh, yeah,
But I don't especially do much flight simming. But I do, and I love racing sims. So I wait for my new racing wheel I've just ordered, and I love to be in VR in the car and do like new track records with the community, and we will we compare our times there. It's very fun.
okay.
What's your favorite game there? Assetto Corsa or?
Yes, actually, we like in the community, in the German community, not Assetto Corsa, but Automobilista 2. It's a simple and nice multiplayer game where you don't have to open a dedicated server or something like this, and that's easy for us to race together. But I like Air Factor 2 because it's a really realistic, I think the most realistic F1 racing game. But
cool.
it's a little bit more complicated. You have to do a lot of settings. It's not so good for beginners. So Automobilista 2 is the perfect start, I think.
Do you also still like the truck simulator? I can remember last time when you were at the MRTV headquarters, at our headquarters now, you put it on and you were fascinated about it, and I also liked it in that moment. Tell me a bit more about that.
You're right. The Eurotrack Simulator 2 or the American Truck Simulator as well is a very nice VR game where we can drive routes there and bring some stuff from A to B in the truck. And in VR, it's very, very nice because I think it was in the last year the official multiplayer in VR has started. The game did not have a multiplayer. But then, not official. There was a mod, and it was okay, but it was only accessible through flat games or the flat monitor. And then the official multiplayer has started. And yes, we were very excited to be there together in the truck. So there was a lot of time we've spent in this game, but we have to do it again. So Sebastian and William, we have to do an MRTV truck drag race there.
Yeah, I like the sound of it. It sounds cool. Very nice. Yeah, for me, I'm very much into immersion in general. Everything that can immerse me and that can make me forget about reality. I mean, not that reality would be so bad in my life or so, but I just love the feeling that you can get into that video game. I'm a video gamer since the Atari 2600, really. Yeah, yes, I'm that old. And since then, it just got better, and it's just fascinating for me to lose myself in a video game, and VR simply makes that possible. So I love to be in that state of flow when I'm just doing stuff. So I love the music games. I love Beat Saber. I also love
Ragnarok.
That's exactly the word I was looking for right now. Thank you. Yeah, Team MRTV. I love it. Pistol Whip, all these things. I get into it and I can get direct action, right? So that's what I love. And also, obviously, Half-Life, yes, same like you guys, love it too. And also, simply, where I feel presence is cockpit games. Also, like you, Marco, like I think especially in this cockpit situation that works so well in VR for some reason. So
Exactly.
Vox Machinae, for example, or I've recently, when I reviewed the Arrow, I've spent lots of time in Microsoft Flight Simulator for the first time actually, and I loved it because I could simply forget that I'm not at the MRTV headquarters, but that it felt like I'm somewhere else, and only VR. And I think it's so funny that some people still play these games with monitors, or that somebody plays Star Wars Rogue Squadron, what it's called? Yeah, with
Squadron. Yep.
Squadron, exactly, with on a monitor. I think it's super funny. So yeah, VR. I still love it. I still have the same passion like in the beginning. And one game I mentioned it last year already, Hitman 3. The scene in the Berlin club where you go there and it feels like you are in that disco in this club. Wow, it just felt I was there. I was so good. Yeah, VR
In the pandemic.
in the pandemic. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that was really good. Yeah. So it seems we are all kind of into VR. So that makes us really perfect for talking about it on this channel. Very nice.
A little biased about VR.
We're a
just
bit biased about VR. Exactly. So now I would like to ask you about your favorite hardware. So Marco, I would like to ask you, what is your favorite VR headset, or what is your daily driver, and why that headset?
My daily driver is a PC VR headset, and it's the Vario Aero, because there's no headset out there which has this kind of picture quality. Period. So
Right.
the headset isn't perfect at all. The missing sound is still something I hate about this headset. I hate about some things about the software as well, but in general, it's a great software. It's a stable software, but the price is not very good calculated. So when we look to the market and when we look to the competitors, so the Quest 2 is also a headset I use often because it's very convenient and very nice to very easy to use headset. So not always I love to turn on my base stations, plug in the
Right.
cable and those things. And yes, when I want to play wireless VR, then the Quest 2 is my daily driver there. But in general, I play more with the Vario Aero.
Okay, that makes sense. And how about you, William?
My daily driver is a old headset actually. So it's the Valve Index, and
Yeah, still a great headset though.
yeah, of course. So the headset for me, the main reason is it's super comfortable, and I also really like the sound system on the Valve Index,
Right.
and I also bought all my games in Steam. And I didn't want to change the platform again. So-
Yeah, makes
and
sense.
yeah, so I'm not a big fan of the Meta hardware. So maybe
yeah,
maybe
okay.
in the future, but actually,
But
Right.
not because of the hardware, because of Meta.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right, Marco.
Okay.
Right. That makes
So
sense.
yeah, but Valve Index, I love this headset. It's absolutely cool. So yeah, you have some problems with God rays and things like that. Yeah, I know it, but sound system.
Yeah. Also, the microphone is so unbelievably good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I love
HTC.
microphones, as you know. Yeah, HTC. Oh god. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's not talk about this in this today's show. But we will talk
Why
about
not?
that.
You know how you know that I love to talk about HTC.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, probably we can get to it if you want to later. Okay. Cool. So yeah. So for you, it is the Valve Index, right? Yeah.
What's your daily driver, Sebastian?
Okay, yeah, for me, it is very similar with Marco. I couldn't like point out like one. For me, it's like more than one. For me, it's also the Vario Aero because simply everything looks so much better in it, and it's even for games that are
Like
not
potato graphic.
Yeah, exactly. Even
Yeah.
for games that are graphically probably not perfect or not super high res. I don't know, like Vacation Simulator or Job Simulator, the games don't look so great graphically, but in this headset, they do look so much better than on any other headset. And that is pretty interesting, and that's why it is connected to my computer most of the time.
Okay.
But I must also say, I still really love the G2, the HP Reverb G2. I think for the money, in comparison with the Aero, it has more bang for the buck. It can, in terms of the visuals, it's very close, honestly speaking, to the Aero, and I still think it's a fantastic headset. And I also still use it for the better. For the better headphones and to check out some other games because most people have this headset, right? So I cannot only use the Aero. And then also, just like Marco, I must say I'm using the Oculus Quest 2 a lot. I have it at home. So whenever I want to check something out at home, when I'm not here at the MRTV headquarters, it's the Quest 2. And it's simply unbeatable in terms of how simple it is. We know all these things, right, about the Quest 2, why we like it. And yeah, so for the Quest 2 also still is one of my daily drivers. Okay, next topic. Yeah, we're getting through the topics here, and it's great. I think people have a good chance to get to know you guys and to get the gist of what we are about, and I'm happy about this show. So
Yes, I would like to add something. I'm totally crazy, and I've just bought the 10-meter
oh no, you did.
cable for the Vario Aero. It was for the Vario VR3 and XR3.
Okay.
But I found a fellow guy who bought the second cable in the box, and it just works. So I can say if you want to know that, it just works. And for me, it's a nice thing because I have a big living room here, and sometimes the cable was not long enough. So yes, totally crazy. Okay.
So that's how you solved your problems.
Yeah, right. You know, I'm
longer cable.
Longer cable, yeah. So size matters. So one thing, I'm super happy that you brought this into this show now.
That size matters, yeah.
Yeah, this one for sure. Also, that you brought this long cable into today's show because I know in like 5 years we're going to look back at this first show of Team MRTV, and we're going to laugh our asses off because of that cable that is now wrapped around your Aero. It's going to be ridiculous. Right now, okay, in 2022, it is already a bit funny-ish, but in 5 years, this is going to be so funny.
I would not say that.
Okay.
No.
No? Okay.
I cannot believe that in 5 years we have the Wi-Fi bandwidth with the latency we need that we can cut the cable here.
Okay, I'll remind you in 5 years.
Yes, it's like the
then you have a 20-meter cable.
Yeah. Which is even more expensive, of course.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. We'll get back to this in 5 years. Okay, so let's talk about the next question now. What do you think about the state of the VR industry right now? Obviously, right now, in the beginning of 22, Meta, Facebook or Meta is ruling it with the Quest 2, right? So what do you think? Will Meta continue to rule over the VR industry, or will there be a viable competition? And what does competition need to do, in your opinion, to become successful? Marco, what are your thoughts about that? I don't hear you now. Sorry, I don't hear you.
Sorry. My lights did go off. I don't know why. I was totally confused. So I haven't listened to you.
Okay. Oh yeah. That's how it goes here sometimes.
Yeah.
So the question was, what do you think about the state of the VR industry right now? At the moment, Meta is ruling the industry, right?
Okay.
So is there going to be a viable competition in the future? And what does that competition need to do in order to become successful?
Okay, this question is definitely too long, but I will
right.
start with the beginning. I think the headsets, especially the PCVR headsets, are too expensive. You can get a whole ecosystem with a PlayStation or an Xbox, and that ecosystems or for example, the Xbox and the PlayStation, they cost, when you can get it, $500 or euro. And okay, this headset is nothing we can compare now, but I think when we see a Quest 2, for us it's very, very cheap, but for the majority of people, for the mainstream, it's too expensive because the quality isn't as good as a PlayStation flat game for them, and the cost of a PC behind this Quest 2, where you can connect it to, it's way too expensive. So
Right.
I think we have to lower the prices here, and I think Meta will do this, of course, because they have money like, I don't know, apples on
MRTV.
an apple tree. MRTV, yes, of course. And yes, that's so. Please repeat the second half of your question.
So what does competition need to do to become successful? As how to fight Meta? What is the
more cheap? Yeah.
okay? So you think Sony has a chance probably if they make the PSVR simply cheaper?
Exactly.
Okay.
So the price of the PSVR 2 is very important. If it's not a bundle where which we can buy below 900 euros or US dollar, it's not for the mainstream, and this is a big problem then.
Okay, I got it. So do you think only Sony has a chance to become a competitor of Meta, or do you see some other company on the horizon?
As always, Microsoft sleeps the whole time. Yeah, so I don't know why this powerful hardware of the Xbox Series X
that doesn't make sense, right?
Has no capability to connect a WMR headset to it. Yeah, so I thought Microsoft. No, it's not. It's
a
like
no-brainer,
crazy.
actually. Yeah, exactly.
It's a no-brainer. It was with Windows mobile phones. It's always the same with Microsoft, and I don't think that there will be new companies who can beat Meta in the next 2 years, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough call, of course. Yeah. Okay. So, William, what are your thoughts about that?
I agree with Marco at this point, but I think Meta has is very dominant at the moment with his market power, of course, and it's also very surprising that they invest so much money and capital in VR or in the metaverse at all. So, but I don't think other companies will leave this market to Meta or Facebook.
Okay.
And I think the two companies who are relevant for at this point are Sony and maybe Apple. But at first point, I see Sony at this point. So we are getting a PSVR 2. My personal favorite in gaming, by the way, for future. And
Yeah, me too.
and the second one is a giant like Apple, and is going involved to the VR or AR market as well. So they will choose maybe they choose a different strategy than Meta. All for an Apple is choosing a different strategy than Meta, and I think we will be able to choose between different solutions. So we have Meta, Sony with gaming, and then we have Meta and Apple at workspace. You know what I mean?
Okay, I
So
think I
and
know,
I
yeah.
think so, but I think in the next 2 years, I agree with Marco. There is the main VR happening is about Meta.
Okay, okay, got it. Yeah, you just you were wondering why Facebook or why Meta is investing so heavily into VR and AR, and I think the reason is they don't want to miss the next platform because
Yeah.
they already missed the phone, right? And they are like
Yeah.
they're
Absolutely.
dependent. They're so dependent on Google and on Apple when it comes to mobile, to their app, right? The Facebook app, and they don't want to have the same dependency for the next computing platform, which we obviously think is XR. So they go all out there and they want to dominate that. So it makes sense in my opinion. Yeah, and for my thoughts about this. I think there will be competition. I really think also that Google actually they will not simply leave it. They also know that XR will be very important in the future, and they will come back at one point, probably more with AR and trying to bring us some cool AR glasses for the AR layer to earn money with all these ads that will be popping out everywhere when we go out with our cool AR glasses. So they will be there as well in the future. But now I also think that Sony has the biggest shots at being like viable competition with cool and long games, like real meaty games that cannot be played on the Quest 2, right? This is a big chance, and they want
triple A games.
Triple A games. So this is going to be cool, like the Call of Duties and so on. I think they will be first on PSVR and VR, which I think is a good idea. And then for me, I also think that in the future, in the near future, Apple is going to surprise us, and I do think they will help to bring it to the mainstream with a fantastic device, and for sure MRTV is going to be here to cover that all. Yeah, so last question for this whole part to get to know you a bit better and what your thoughts are. So what do you think, William, when will VR be mainstream? That it's really normal to use VR, something like a phone, something like completely normal.
I hope no one feels offended now, but I think just VR, won't catch on as mainstream. So if you
mean ever?
If you take the smartphone as a comparison technology, so if it does, it will be an AR technology, and then VR, and then there has a VR on board.
Part of it, okay, yes.
Is a part of it, yeah. You know, for adult stuff, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, but even that will
what
still
a team
take,
MRTV.
you know?
Yeah, really. Yeah, they really get to know us. I like it.
You too.
Right.
Not me.
Yeah, you're right. Not you. No.
Yeah, but even that will still take years or decades to come as a mainstream. So maybe 7 years, 8 years. So then VR is a mainstream. I think companies like Apple must go forward to that. And Apple, when you have the VR glasses of that, the cost point is at the moment at $3,000. It's too expensive. So we are at the cost point as well. So that has that's a big problem that I see. So hopefully it goes faster, but
okay. So for you think it's going to take another 7 to 8 years?
That's my realistic opinion. about
Okay,
that.
wow.
Sorry about that, guy. I love VR, but so
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, okay, but it's
just
what you're
look
thinking.
to the facts. Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
sure. Yeah, so Marco, would you agree with this, that it will take 7 or 8 years for this technology to become mainstream?
Can you precise the term
Yeah,
mainstream?
okay, mainstream,
again?
I would say that your mom will tell you, Marco, you know what? I got a new XR glass.
Oh. When you
Never gonna happen.
when you say it like this, I would say 10 to 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
It's because it's a total different story. There are people who who don't know how to join a Zoom conversation or Zoom meeting today, and I don't think that these people have the motivation to buy an XR glass in the near future, below 10 years. So I would say, when you say mainstream, I would say maybe like a typical PlayStation gamer. So I see the VR industry right now and in the near future only within gaming. When we speak about AR, it's a little bit different.
You're right.
Maybe we can get glasses or something like that. But when we speak about VR, I think in like 7 to 10 years, the gamers will buy VR stuff. Maybe the same amount of flat gamers do their flat stuff right now.
Okay.
Yes. But of course, it's just a guessing. And
of course.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. It makes sense to have this kind of differentiation. Like, okay, this is VR, where gamers simply love it, and the other thing is AR, where normal people will use it for daily tasks, what they use now their phone for. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Sebastian, the tool Ovation.
Yep, I love it.
Of the G2 Omnicept edition was a demo. Yes, it was
so good.
Very nice and cool, but no one will ever do this in the near future.
There are some people who use it.
Yes, of course, but how many people are they?
Yeah,
are there?
You're right, because right now it's too much. Problems to get to that point to use Ovation, right? You need the PC, you need the Omnicept, but at one point, this software will be on the Quest 3, which is like very cheap. And
you say Quest 3,
for
that's
example,
the problem. There's only one company out there.
You're right. Hopefully, it's not going to be just on the Quest 3, but on the PSVR mobile or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. This is one thing. Yeah. So I'm a bit more optimistic. I don't think it's going to take like 5 years. I really think that Apple will help a lot, and also the PSVR 2. And I mean, also obviously, Meta is helping with the Quest devices to make this more mainstream, right?
Sure.
There was like a Super Bowl ad from Meta, and it's getting more into the faces of people. You see what I did there? So this is something I believe it's going to happen a bit earlier. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think now people know you a bit better, and now it's time for us to get more into some personal questions. And we prepared some personal questions for each other. And I would like to start with my first question. And my first question to Marco is, should I buy an iPhone for myself? Because for people to understand, I was always the Android PC guy. And we are all friends here. And then Marco told me about the MacBook Air M1. Actually, I asked him, I want to buy a computer for my wife. And he said, like, you could check out the MacBook Air M1. And I never kind of had it on my radar, because I thought, like, okay, but my wife, she's also a YouTuber. She needs to edit videos on the device. And for some reason, in my mind, I had the feeling MacBooks cannot do that. I don't know why. I have no idea why.
Okay.
But then Marco said, like, no, the M1 chip, it is good. Check it. And then I started to kind of do my research. And yeah, it seemed like much faster than my computer that I'm using to edit things. And then I looked at it in the store and thought like, what? It's so beautiful. And there's no fan. And I bought it for myself. And
So no MacBook for your wife.
no MacBook for my wife. So yeah,
That's
so
how we
funny.
do things in Germany.
Yeah, exactly. And now I'm kind of hooked. And now Marco, he is kind of he wants me to buy an iPhone, and I want to ask, why? Why should I buy an iPhone now?
As a content creator, those Apple devices are very nice. I would not say that every Android phone is not a good phone, but when you have as a content creator, these Apple devices, they work perfectly together. And
it's a perfect ecosystem.
Right now, I use my iPhone for video recording, and it's just nice. Yeah, there's no cable attached. It's all Wi-Fi. It just works. And I have my MacBook here. I don't have to watch the battery drain here like every 10 seconds 1% or something like that. There's no fan spinning around now, and for this reason Apple products for content creators are very nice. So you need an iPhone to get to the point where you are accepted in the Apple fanboy ecosystem.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense. I think
without the iPhone is the first entry. You've started with an iPad. That's
right,
not
exactly.
No, that's not okay.
Doesn't
you have to buy.
That's not okay.
That's not okay.
For
Get
Apple,
out, Sebastian.
for Apple fanboys, you have to spend like $5,000.
Okay.
And
to get into
then
the club.
You can get into the club. You will have the ticket.
Okay.
So that's the reason why you need an iPhone. That's the reason we need, as MRTV, we need this ticket to the club. Because then maybe we can get early news of the new Apple AR.
Oh, and
glasses.
we want to be
Yes,
the first,
exactly.
obviously, to get the hands on the device. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, let me tell you a funny story, Marco. You're kind of teasing me because I cannot make these memoji things. Yeah, like like Marco
so
likes
crazy, yeah.
likes to make these kind of memoji videos, which are pretty amazing. Yeah, And then I recently thought, you know what? I'm going to get you. And I bought an iPad mini. And I thought like, wow, great. Now I can make these memojis. And then I found out, no, I need an iPhone to do it.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
But you can do it, but I haven't told you. With the iPad mini.
No, it doesn't work, right? No, because you need the Face ID to make it happen. iPad mini doesn't have it.
You have the iPad mini. Oh, the mini.
Yeah, the
you
mini.
Have only the mini.
Why
that? You are an MRTV.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh.
you see, guys,
Size
this
matters.
is what I have to deal with the team members.
Yeah, Sebastian.
I
size
brought them on
matters,
board, and now I'm getting excluded here from my
just,
own channel.
Just fun. I love PC. I'm a PC guy. I'm a PC VR guy. I always build my own PCs, and I love Windows for this easy. Yeah, how could I say that? For this industry opened software there,
Right?
And the Mac is nice for content creation. I love to edit my videos here, and I love to don't hear any fans. But in terms of gaming or those categories, it's
Windows.
It's always Windows then.
Right. William, you're a big fan of
Totally agree.
the Apple ecosystem as well, right?
Maybe.
No, he's the worst,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
Right.
of course. So, but I totally agree with Marco. So, Apple for content creation and work stuff. So, it's a absolutely fantastic ecosystem. So, and for gaming stuff, please using Microsoft.
Right. I think there's no other point for gaming. Yeah,
And
cool.
maybe Linux. Maybe Linux.
Maybe
with the Steam Deck. Maybe with
Yeah, of
Proton and Wine. Maybe we can get this year a new Linux wave. But Linux
Who knows?
is not very user friendly.
User-friendly, yeah.
Yes.
You're right.
But this was a mistake. this was a mistake that I said this now, because there's some folks on the internet.
Oh, they're
when
going
they
to
hear
comment
that,
now.
Yes.
Yes.
When they say that, they say, no, that's not true. But I don't say, or I didn't say that Linux is bad or something. I just say that from a point of view of an average people, of an average
person,
guy, average person, it's not as user friendly as Windows or as a Mac. So
That's true.
I love that there's always an alternative system without calling home, like the telemetry stuff and those
Right.
things. So I hope Linux will get to some point, or to the point where we can seriously game on it. But with
That would be cool.
VR, we need Windows. Everything
Sorry.
okay?
Yep,
Yeah?
everything okay.
Don't die, Sebastian.
No, I'm still here.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
that was everything from me.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, Marco, how about your question to me or to William?
Yes, my question to William.
Yeah.
How much time do you spend weekly on or in VR?
Oh, actually, not so much time, because a lot of study stuff to do. But normally, I think, it's difficult, because maybe between 10 and 12 hours a week.
So do you mean VR in general, the topic VR, or do you mean
VR in
like-
general. The topic VR. Okay, 72 hours.
so you are 10
Lot of
hours a week within the
in
VR?
VR.
Oh,
In
that's
VR,
nice.
yeah.
That's a lot. Okay, nice.
Yeah, right.
That was the first question of MRTV when he
and
acquired
the main,
us.
yeah, and the main game for me is at the moment Ragnarok and Beat Saber. So the rhythm games. So
little
what do you
workout for
think-
you.
Yeah. So that's also one of my questions. So what do you think? What do you think about the workout part of VR? You use it also, or not so?
No, I don't. I started with Fit VR, and it was okay, but I've never used it again. I don't know why. It's not so really comfortable when you sweat in your face, on your head, and sometimes it depends.
But you
on
are very
the-
good in Ragnarok, Marco.
Yes, because
Yeah.
then it's a challenge where I have to beat other ones. So
Okay,
it's
okay.
not. But when I do workout for myself, I maybe go to the gym or go outside, but no, not in VR. I think there was a nice concept from HTC, but of course from HTC always a concept. Yeah.
Yeah, the good stuff
Good
stays a
stuff.
concept.
Exactly. And I would like to see a headset like this to do workout in VR. But I think most people will have disorientation in VR when there's so much things going around, and when they have when they are heavy, or what is it called, Sebastian, when you are heavy loaded when you do workout. So not your PC's heavy loaded, but your body. What is it called?
I don't know. Like you're a buff guy, or you're well equipped.
What? No, that was not the question I had.
Okay, I
So
didn't
when
get it wrong.
your heart is
When you're hard,
when your heart is in
Bumping?
Bumping, exactly.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
think that's a problem for some people when they are in VR. Then
In VR, yeah.
Okay, right.
I love the English language, and I love that we start to do English content right now. And I would like to hear what you think about our English skills. They will get better and they will get normalized, but from now you have to deal with this skill.
Yeah,
so
I think-
please, sorry.
I think that's totally fine. So that's also one reason I want to make this team. I think one guy with the German accent is not enough. We need 3 guys with the German accent, right? So that's why we make this team. And it's cool. It's great to see how we all develop with our English. And this is the first day of us making content together in English. I love it. It's funny. Okay, so Seb. No, that's me. Marco.
Oh, that's me. So, sorry.
Marco, my next question for you. You have been on YouTube for quite a while now with your own channel. And what are the things that you love about this experience? And what are the things that you hate about the experience? Not everything is amazing. Or, I mean, most are.
The most experience is very nice.
Yeah.
I think the community is very nice. The work with the headset vendors and for example, I have collaboration with Best Words. It's very nice. They are all very professional, and there's always a nice mood in the community. I like it very, very much. Maybe when we get to the mainstream point, maybe there's more.
That's
they're
what I
more
meant.
toxic.
Like not YouTube about
yeah.
you, but also in general the stuff that's on the platform. Or
Okay. I don't care about that stuff.
Okay,
I just watch MRTV, of course.
That's great. I like it.
There's a
the
person
answer.
here. There's a person here with a pistol.
Yeah, right.
So when
That's how it works here.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how it works at MRTV. Okay, so yeah, it's. I also agree with this actually because I'm on the platform for quite a while now, and if I would compare the negative stuff with the positive is far bigger. Like the people I met through what I do, right? The connection that I have, that I got to meet you guys, and that I got to meet other people, is really cool. Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Marco, what is your next question for any of us?
Okay, my next question to Sebastian is, where is it here? How much time do you spend on MRTV?
Oh, that is a good question. So, if you are working on your own project, in German we have a saying, to be selbstständig. It means like you are self-employed. Selbst and ständig. You're working on yourself. You're working on your own and always. It's like a play on the words in the German language, and that's basically it. I'm spending so much time on this, and on the channel you probably cannot see it, or you couldn't really see it. Like, you guys know how much time it takes to make one video, right? And then I made the same video.
Beers?
Yeah, how many beers I have to drink to fuel the whole thing, right? That part you know. But to make a video in English and in German, and always on that level where when people watch it, they think, okay, he put some time into it, and it's not just like without any work that he put into it. So I'm putting lots of time into it, and I also simply felt that I am, like, as one person, I simply cannot do all that work. So that's also one reason I want to expand and build that team so we can make great content, the same kind of quality that I bring in the first 4 seasons. I still want to keep on with that quality, but more of it. And that's why I'm so happy to build a team with you guys, with great content creators who share the same passion and the same values. That's one reason. And how many hours? Like a lot of hours. I work very very late until the very night, until I don't know, like 2 or 3 normally. And then from 3 to 5 I relax and watch some Netflix, and then really it's really like this. And then I sleep long until 11, and then I eat, and then I start to work, and then the whole thing starts again. And that normally I do like every day. So it's really a lot of work. And yeah, so that's like how normally you work when you are working on your own project. Yep. So lots of time spent.
Nice. And
Yeah.
thank you, William. Where are you
More
from?
important, more important
Okay.
question to Sebastian.
Yep.
How much beer?
I don't know. I love it. But honestly, recently, since the beginning of this year, I stopped to consume so much because I simply got fat. And really, and
Okay.
really, I was getting getting a bit overweight, and so therefore now I have reduced
Just light
it
beer.
quite a lot. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay, so the next question.
Marco, sorry.
Yes, I've asked William, where is he from? Where are you from?
It's a little bit complicated because I was born in Saxony in the near of Dresden, and but I live a long time in the west part of Germany, so I don't know the English name. Rheinland-Pfalz,
Rhineland-Westphalia.
Rhineland-Westphalia.
I think so.
Okay, so in the near of Mainz or Frankfurt, and yeah, so I lived the most time of my life I lived there. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
great. Yeah, William, do you still have any questions for me or for Marco?
Both of you. So the question is, what do you think about the next AAA game in VR or augmented reality? So you think that's a game of like the same quality of Half-Life Alyx?
Okay, Marco, you want to go first or?
Yes, I think Wanderer is a very nice game. It's nothing which is in the future, which will be published in the future, but it just came out. So Wanderer is a very nice game, like Half-Life Alyx. Zenith is a game as well, which I like a lot, and which is future proof because it's a service game, and maybe we see some Call of Duties or something like that. Personally, I don't think that we need them as a game, but we need them as a title in VR. We need the Battlefields and Call of Duties out there, and maybe this is something I look forward.
Okay, cool. Yeah, for me, I believe that lots of these AAA games will arrive on PlayStation VR too. I really believe this is going to be like amazing, like a huge thing. So for that, I really hope that we're going to get Cyberpunk 2077 as a VR title on PSVR 2. That would be like a dream come true. I really like the game, and I do play it on the PlayStation 4 and 5. But I feel like I don't want to finish the game because I always feel like, oh my goodness, this would be so good in VR. Yeah, so I don't want to spoil myself by getting too deep into the game. I want to play the game in VR. And yeah, so that's one game. And then also, I think a AAA game that we all love, Half-Life Alyx, I also think it should come out on the PSVR 2. That would be great for all the people who haven't played it on PC yet. So that would be great. And yeah, other than that, let's see. We don't know yet.
Okay. One other question. What do you do when you are not in VR?
I think about getting back into it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like working a lot, like thinking about new videos to make, or actually a big part of this whole MRTV thing is like working on connections to make all these things happen. I mean, you guys know, the headsets seem to appear here on MRTV first for some reason, magically. But there's lots of work behind making that happen, that the headsets go here first. right? So there's lots of
money transfer.
Lots of money transferred, right? Lots of things have to be done. so yeah, that's what I'm working on. Yeah. Do you also want to answer the question? What do you do when you're not in VR?
Yes, I mean we do this not full time, William and I,
right.
This VR thing, but there's always something in our minds in VR the whole time, and near this content creation job, I work in the cybersecurity branch. And the PC is therefore always a daily driver for me. So I'm not far from VR when I'm not in VR.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have another question for William. You said you are a big fan of Sony and the PlayStation. However, I want to ask you, what do you think? Microsoft Game Pass or PlayStation Now?
Oui.
Yeah, that's what we Germans say, by the way, when we think about something. Oui.
And when we don't expect it to question, yeah. I think I'm really a big fan of Sony, but the Xbox Game Pass is very, very good. So because you have so many games in it. You have Age of Empires 4, you have the new Halo, you have Forza Horizon, and that's all for I think €10 a month, and it's like a Netflix abo, and yeah, so I think that's also
subscription.
Subscription, yeah. So thank you. Sorry.
You're welcome. No, it's good. We're improving our Englishes together.
Yeah, you know, and. But so yeah, at the moment I think Xbox is better than PlayStation, but PlayStation Now would become better in the future.
In the future, yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay.
They must do that.
Okay. And another question for you from me, William. What are your hobbies next to VR?
Next to VR?
Yeah.
Video gaming.
Okay, yeah. Not so far away then.
That's it. No, I love hiking, and I love mountains. Not so the ocean nature. Yeah, not so the ocean parts. It's nice, but it's not the same like mountains. I love it, and
that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and so when I have time for it, I read some stuff about political history and things like that. I love it.
Okay.
And movies. I love movies. Oh God.
Yeah.
I'm a cineast, so yeah, love to go to cinema.
Great. Yeah, very nice. And yeah, my question for Marco, my last question is, do you have like a dream destination that you want to visit in the future? Other than the MRTV headquarters.
My dream destination is maybe next year at the CES in Las Vegas.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, that would be a great trip that we could do together.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, that is a really great answer. Yeah, cool. Good to know. Las Vegas has always been fantastic. Whenever I was there to cover CES, you meet lots of people. It's an exciting city. It's cool. Yeah, that I totally get it. You can sleep in a pyramid. Yeah, all kind of things. It's great. Yeah, that's a good idea. Cool. I'm finished with my questions. Marco, do you still have any questions for any of us?
No, I think it was a nice talk here.
Yeah, me too.
And I would like to hear from you guys out there. Please comment and ask questions if you want. Please connect to our Discord server, exactly. And I would like to collaborate with everyone.
That is great. Yeah, same from me. Thanks for your time, William and Marco, for this talk.
Thank you.
I think it was really good for people to get an idea and to get to know you a bit better. I'm looking forward, obviously, to all the content that you will put onto the channel for everyone to enjoy. It's going to be fantastic. And
do we have to? Did you mention that before?
Yeah, that would be great. I would be happy if you would put some content out. You're right, exactly. And now you have totally got me out of my train of thought. You made it. You made it. Very good. Yes, so this is going to be very cool. And yeah, just like Marco said, if you want to connect with us more, you can chat with us. The Discord server, the MRTV Discord server is there, and we are there as well. You will find us there. I will spend much more time on the MRTV Discord server starting from season 5 than I did before. So you can meet us there. You can ask questions. You can talk with us about hardware, also about software in the future. And yeah, I simply hope that you enjoyed it. And please, do let us know in the comment section, what do you think about our German accents? Is it okay, or is it not okay?
Hopefully it was very good.
Yeah, I also hope it's very good. I hope it's very interesting to hear us. For us, it's kind of interesting to do content, because normally we only speak in German, obviously, right? But now we do content in English as well. So it's also interesting for us. And we hope, it is okay for you. And I think it is, honestly speaking.
Yep. Es hat mich gefreut, euch kennenzulernen. It was nice to meet you.
Exactly. Probably we can teach you some German in the future as well. Okay.
Dankeschön.
Yeah, dankeschön. That's it. That's it for Meet the Team, the first show of season 5 of MRTV. Do leave us the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Do leave us the comment. Let us know what you think about this new team, the Team MRTV, and we can't wait to see you in the future. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.